speaking of relationships, I think that relationships are becoming harder to maintain.
For a fact.
Yeah.
Why I think that?
Trust.
Just because it applies to everything. I guess what in the generation we're growing up, like I said, everything is normalized. People cheat now, like it's okay. Some people are okay.
Now
with
they've
it.
been cheating. You know what's the
They've been
difference
doing
about
that.
cheating?
Got easier.
Women are being
A
more
lot more
argumentative about it. Like before,
a
y'all
lot
used to allow men to cheat. I hate to say this, but women used to just not say nothing as long as he came back home and paid the bills.
That's
Because y'all was so
That's true.
dependent on that man to provide that lifestyle for y'all. I mean, obviously, if the man cheated and you felt like you wanted to do something, you was going to be homeless because he provide. You wasn't.
He
Woman at
took away
that time
everything.
that woman at that time wasn't working, so you was either going to go back with your parents or you was going to be homeless because he provided a certain lifestyle for you. Now it's different because women obviously have the rights that they have now, and they're not tolerating it no more. So
And a lot of women are
different.
financially dependent. Like that's why I say I feel like just women don't tolerate as much as they used to. So I do feel like it's harder. Like it is true. Like sometimes some women.
Which I want to say good on you, okay? Because honestly, it sucks to sit there and be in a trap position, right? So if the guy is sitting there taking care of you, at least have the ability to take care of yourself to some extent, even whether you, I ain't gonna say having a secret or not, but if need be, know how to take care of yourself, know how to save up some money for a rainy day or for emergency and stuff like this, because you should not, there are people out there that are dealing with the worst case scenario because they're being held hostage because that person is going around doing whatever he want to do or she want to do, and they're being taken care of, and they know that they're going to be in a worse situation if they say something about it, right? Now, the only problem that this goes into is once that you know how to take care of yourself, some people get the big head. Some people take the fact that they can take care of themselves and they just go over the top with somebody that's actually trying, somebody that's actually putting in effort, this, that, and the other, and mess it up in some way, shape, or form. I can't go into details. That's for another video, but let's keep on. Shout out to the women that take care of themselves, though, regardless.
Focus more on their jobs than they do on anything else, as they should. But I do feel like they do get lost in the track of that, and I feel like at the end of the day, it's really what we have decided.
What you saying that though, right? Like you saying like men since the beginning of the time, we've been the same. We had to maintain where we had to focus on our job and have time for our family and time to make our wives happy. Why has it changed? Because you guys work now, not all of you, but you guys work now and y'all can't do the stuff that y'all used to do at home. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we've been this way, we stayed this way. Now you guys had the opportunity to work. Now y'all saying, well, I'm working now, so don't expect none of this house shit to be done.
Like, come to the mic, yeah.
Before we didn't work.
I mean, but nothing's changed.
Before, housework is the hardest work ever. I don't know if you ever clean.
Ever?
Taking care of a house is very hard.
Men still got to mow the lawn, clean the
have-
gutters, do the all electrician, plumbing. You know, all that shit, they ain't easy.
Or you pay someone to do all that at the end of the day.
A lot of these
So you can't pay somebody to do laundry, wash
What?
dishes, cook. You can
No.
pay somebody
We
to do
do
that
all
too.
that. Like that's what I say.
But everything you say you could pay for. Everything you saying, you could pay for that too.
Of course we can, but we rather not. We don't. We rather just do it ourselves.
the people. I mean, I ain't paying nobody to do that shit. If I could look on YouTube and find out how to do my goddamn self, you feel me?
Yeah, YouTube University is a real thing.
Like, I'm gonna mow my own motherfucking lawn. You know what I'm saying?
If I could do it and save me some money and labor, I'm doing it. So I don't understand why would you, if you know you can do it, right? If you are, let's just be honest. Most women are better cooks than most guys, right? So if you cook better than me, I don't even know what to say, but then you decide to start working, I can understand if you cut back to some extent and then I need to start taking turns, but the least that you could do is, hey, help me out. Because you would know some in and outs about what to do, how to sit this out, how to do this, how to season it. Like, write down some instructions so I can sit there and be like, boom, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. Because all of that stuff you could remember in your head and come natural to you, you should be able to just write it down on a piece of paper so that way if I'm home and you working hard and stuff like that, and we take your turns, I can sit here and make a decent or something close enough to your recipe, so that way I could be holding, help holding down the fort too. Like, that just makes sense, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Say I'm not paying you no $40, $50 to do that shit.
If you trying to plumb in, bro, you better off playing the plumber because you fix that shit and then that shit busts. And then your house is flooded, bro. So it's like you might as well pay and then save the money.
Yeah, I think that's the issue too with relationships, because people feel everybody is expendable, right? Is that the word?
Expendable.
So because some men are saying, hey, like, what value do you bring to this relationship? If I could just buy everything that you quote unquote offer. If you saying, I could cook and clean, men feel like, I could buy that. Or, if you saying sex, or I could just, if you acting up, I can just buy. Women are doing the same thing. Like, why do I need a man to go half on the bill? I can just pay my own bills, or I could pay somebody to mount a TV or whatever the case is.
And they could buy dicks now too.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly.
and
So
that's
it's like it's 50-50.
and that's my point. Why I feel like relationships are being harder to maintain. 'Cause I feel like everything is so accessible now, and then with technology, you got a lot of options now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Social
man.
media at the palm of your hands. Like, you could literally.
Exactly.
Like,
Before it was who was ever in your town or whatever you drove around and you saw. Now you can see somebody in China. Like, you know what I mean? Oh my God, this is like my next wife. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, relationships is getting hard because there's more options. You know what I mean? That means you gotta compete more. There's more distractions. I mean, and everything is, I think you got to bring more to the table because, like you said,
women don't like that table shit.
But like you said, everything is expendable now, so you gotta bring more in order to be accepted.
Yeah, and I think
it's the combination of having more options because of the internet, stuff like that. Revealing how much more expendable things are. Because, on one side, women are always going to, for most women, for the most part, are going to date and be in a relationship in hypergamy. So the fact that they can see better or know they could do better out there, they're always going to have that in the back of their minds for a rainy day or just in case. So will guys. But at the end of the day, it comes down to just, it's cool to have options. Does it mean it's going to be the best chemistry? No. I think it comes down to the fact that you have all of these options, you have all these resources, and you just don't put up with a person's BS. Like a person, you might come across a person that doesn't want to work with you about this, work with you about that, and you're trying to meet in the middle, but it's just no budge. So instead of you even dealing with that, instead of you being like, you know what, this person sucks at communicating, there's so many different other people that will probably do it better or this and the other, but the chemistry would just not be the same. The teamwork and the building structure won't be the same. And that's the part that people don't understand. The differences in genetics, history, family history, location, all of that stuff plays a part. It may be small to you. You may be able to adjust, but all of that stuff takes time. And a lot of people just ready to discard stuff and go. Everybody nowadays kind of treat relationships kind of like the same way that Walmart or Amazon or somebody like that would treat their employees. You're just expendable. Like, we can replace you. There's going to be a bunch of more people that's trying to get this job. The whole nine. So you have to keep in mind that you should stick around because the things that you build, the things that you work on, how much you put into it, is an investment. Just like you think about it like this. You can sit there and invest in Nike, but you could easily go into Under Armour, you could easily go into this, you could easily go into different type of stock. But there's a reason why you want to have that specific stock, right? If it was up to me, I would invest in Nike over Adidas, just because I like Nike style a lot more. I like the creation, I like the creativity and stuff like that. I just lean towards Nike. I could go to Adidas. Adidas probably would treat me better, right? But there's just something about Nike. that I'm just stuck to. You see what I mean? Which is not really a great example because it may sound like Adidas is better, but you just gotta stick to your guns sometimes. Be more consistent in your flow. I understand we don't want to put up with stuff. We want to sit there and seem like we're a great option to make people come around and meet you in the middle. But again, communication will knock out so much of these unknown middle things or assumptions and this, that, and the other. But people just don't want to do all of that stuff. And they just want to keep it moving with such vague movements, like such vague attempts of trying all of that stuff.
Jew had a point about, people confusing their wants with needs in the relationships. Like he was talking about that earlier. And it's true because men and women are going to weigh their options. You know what I mean? So if you're giving that person a headache, he might or she might weigh the oh, well, this dude, he looking like he could buy this for me or do that for me. So that's why it's harder for men, because if somebody is getting on your nerves, your man is getting on your nerves, you might weigh your options with the guy that's in your DM trying to send you $1,000 in your Cash App or something. Like, oh, mate, you might associate that with, oh, he's going to treat me better or whatever. Not all women, but some women. And I think guys do the same thing. Oh, this woman giving me headaches. Oh, but this woman is more attractive. She might match my personality more. We might be more compatible. So there's always that.
See, but
Yeah, but-
a dude, he just trying to get that pussy. He coming back home. Leave that. He's coming back home.
I mean,
telling you.
that is true. Like, that is true. I'm not going to hold you.
And I heard somebody say, love without responsibility feels amazing. You feel me? So it's like you at home and you got kids and you got bills. Know what I mean? There's a lot of complications with that. So it seems like it's stressful rather than you just meeting with this person and having sex. There's no responsibility. So obviously,
yeah.
But the consequences of that.
Huh?
After that, the consequences that come with that. It's
I mean, if you get caught.
oh no.
See?
Yeah, that is true, because Drew also had another point. Drew be having some points, I'm not going to hold you. But he had a point about, like, high school love. Like, that's some of the
I was
best
gonna
love
say
you
that.
probably can
Yeah.
you could experience, because there is no requirement. Y'all just love each other based off. It's not because of how much he can provide for you.
It's
He can
not
pay your bills.
conditional.
Only
As
time you can find,
conditional.
I feel like you can. People say you
In
can't
high
find
school.
unconditional love outside of your relatives. I feel like that's the only time, because you guys don't have nothing together.
And that's the thing. That's what I will cap it off with. It is amazing how when you're in school, a girl will like you for you, this, that, and the third. And then slowly as you get into a higher grade, more conditions are created where that person will start wanting to be with you and all that stuff. But it's still to a certain extent where it's unconditional. They like you for your personality. They like you for this, they like you for that. And for some reason, it's like once you get out of school and you have to start working and all that stuff, man, they could care less. Like, I don't even think they invest in liking you for you anymore. They like you for what you can do for them. They like you for what you can provide for them. They don't even care what your personality is like. It just seems like they don't, for the most part. Not all women, but a good amount of women. And that trial and error trying to figure out who does like me for me, and then what I can provide for, or all of this stuff is just, it's tough. It's tough. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money. It's very draining. And I'm pretty sure that women go through their own spills and stuff like that. But the fact that the guy has to do more of the pursuing, which means he has to have more revenue and he spends more money than the women for the most part. Yeah. But let me know what y'all think in the comments section down below. Till next time. Till next video, we do what it do. What's good, YouTube? C1 Mac here. Thank you for watching my videos. Leave a like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content. Until then, until next time. Peace.